PSA for all my truckers out there, man. If you're not running food, fuel and energy, or electrical equipment to keep this power line going, bro, get out of those contracts. They're gonna get shut down. Get out.
A lot of people be asking me, does it gonna get fixed? Is it gonna get better? I have no fucking clue what is gonna happen, because day by day it's getting worse and worse. I have no clue. I haven't seen trucking industry like this in the past 10 years.
Trucking has completely went flat bottom, man. I can honestly tell you these past 3 weeks, it's getting bad.
Someone said if you really want to know what's going on, listen to the truckers. So I searched and I found hundreds and hundreds of those videos. 75% of truckers voted for Donald Trump. I don't want to say you're entering your fuck around and find out phase, but it's like that's exactly what's happening. You are getting exactly what you voted for. You guys are getting laid off. You're not having jobs to fulfill because the shipment yard is empty. Companies are canceling their shipments because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Blanket tariffs. Something he said his whole entire election cycle that he was going to do. Something that we screamed from the mountaintops was a horrendous idea. And yet here we are. You guys are losing your jobs and struggling to feed your families. And our prices at the stores, all of our prices at the stores, are going to go up. Donald Trump's America, man. Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye.
The trucking business out in the United States right now, it's getting really bad thanks to Donald Trump's tariffs. I picked up a trucker today, Jacob. He is from Chicago, Illinois, here in South Florida. And he is 64 years old. He's been driving as a trucker 40 years. And he told me today that it is absolutely terrible out there. It's almost as bad as it was under part of the pandemic, and that it's certainly much worse than it was under the Biden years. And his route, normally he usually runs Chicago to Los Angeles and Chicago to Seattle, and he says there are just no jobs. There are no jobs because there is no cargo coming in on the West Coast as it once was from China, Japan, and other countries because of Donald Trump's tariffs, period. And he had brought had a job, I guess they went from Chicago to the Fort Lauderdale area and was picking up another job from here, from either Fort Lauderdale or Miami, going back up north, but that it was very difficult out there. So interested to hear from any of my other truckers. This is not talking about what's in Florida, so I don't want all my truckers to tell, oh, it's bad in Florida. These aren't Florida runs. These are California, LA to Chicago, Seattle to Chicago. That business is non-existent. And he said it's hard out there right now. So my friend Cuban Joe, pipe in. Anybody else is a trucker, pipe in. Let me know what you're seeing and what you're hearing. But I'm hearing it's extremely difficult. And again, those of you who don't know me, I'm Greg. I drive Uber now full-time. Actually, I've passed 40,700 rides in the last 4.5 years, full-time, a year part-time. I was a high school teacher many years here in South Florida, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in Parkland. You know what happened in Parkland. And worked for a Senator, John P. East from North Carolina in Washington, D.C., and worked for a Governor, James Martin, in North Carolina. So for those of you that just think I'm some Uber driver that doesn't know anything, I know a whole lot about a whole lot of things, but that's the reality of the situation right now, at least what I'm hearing on the ground. It's bad if you're a trucker. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, my burned out light bulbs. Anybody else want to pipe in? My truckers, and definitely, routes from Mexico into the U.S., I'm sure it's bad. Same thing, Canada coming in the United States is bad because Donald Trump has choked off the economy with these tariffs. Thank you, Donald Trump. You are really, really, really helping the economy by doing this. Look at all the companies that are coming back to the United States. I've not heard of one. Have you?
Guys, tell me why I just looked on TikTok for the first time today, and all I see on my For You page is the President of the United States answering questions about, do he think that the tariffs on China was a good idea based on the fact that the ports are literally running empty and truck drivers are losing their jobs. Donald Trump answered the question without hesitation this time. I know sometimes Trump, he won't just come right out and answer the question. He answered the question this time. He said it's okay. he said it's okay. He's basically saying that it's okay for the ports to run empty like they are. He's also saying that it's okay for the truck drivers to lose their jobs because more money is coming into the U.S. with the tariffs. Now, I will say this, that is correct. There's more money coming into the U.S. with the tariffs, but at what cost? Thousands of truck drivers losing their jobs. Now, I just witnessed this firsthand about truck drivers. I'm coming up the highway just now before I started this TikTok, picking my little ones up from school, and I see semis on the highway, but not as aggressive as I'm usually seeing them on the highway, which means a lot of these truck drivers are starting to get laid off and starting to lose their jobs, man, because it looks like the money that's being pulled into the United States from the tariffs, it's going to bring more money to the U.S., but it's not bringing any jobs to the U.S. So let me know what you guys think of this right here. Like, he said it right out of his own mouth. I mean, I watched the clips to make sure that it wasn't edited, it wasn't jump cuts, it wasn't chopped. It was original content straight from the president. He said that he's okay with the ports being the way that they are and truck drivers losing their jobs because more money is coming to the U.S. I would normally try to stitch his video into my video, but y'all know TikTok is changing the rules where it has to be your own original content. So on my TikTok, I try not to do that. But let me know what you guys think of that, man. That's crazy because some of these truck drivers that's been affected could be a loved one of yours, a husband, a dad, granddad, a close relative, brother or sister. So it's gonna get real. I mean, this is just the beginning, and Trump's not letting up either. That's the wild thing. He's not letting up.
Okay, let's talk about what's going on right now. Truckers are out here suffering, not because they're lazy, not because they mismanage their money, but because they're literally no freights, no loads, nowhere to go, nothing to haul. Yo, and why? Well, let's not dance around it. Tariffs. This government slapped heavy tariffs on imports, like especially Chinese goods, and now ports are slowing down. Imports are down, warehouses are empty, factories aren't moving like they used to. You can't hold what isn't there. So what happens when fewer containers come in? What happens when retail slows down, manufacturing slows down, and demand slows down? Loads disappear, and truckers are left with the bill. You just can't put massive tariffs on half the stuff Americans use and act like there's no fallout. So the result is exactly what we are seeing now. Trucker recession. Fewer loads from the ports, slower freights from the warehouse, less demand for over-the-road hauling, and drivers sitting in truck stops for days, begging for just one decent paying job. This isn't just an economic shift. This is a freight drought, and it's affecting a lot of people. And it's affecting everyone one way or another, not just the trucker. So yeah, it's not that these truckers are here being picky. It's that they're barely anything to choose from in the first place. And people are asking, why aren't the truckers out there